Hello, greetings. It's kind of funny to be recording again and not going live stream, but however funny it is, I have to do it. So thank you for the comments and sharing. You may share my videos. This was Mission Impossible. Right now with Muji Baba coming on Nargona, uh, the Sargona. Recently, I realized through the help of Sri Ravi Shankarji that I am Radha Rani. And even before that, I Diksha, Indian sages, Bhagwan, Kalki. Ah, so I'll continue a bit from where I left off is that I sensed that someone was asking me and the energy was on me. And so it was like, I don't want to say, I don't know, Radharani, goddess. No, no. And it was, they were hurting me with the energy also. The evil force, the good force, I sensed that it was from my UAE sheikhs and people to help them. They're waiting for the truth. And I was like, no, no, I can't. I don't know anything. It is Narguna. Everything is la 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 la. How will I come to this that I am Radharani? Muji Baba has just um, taken us, brought us, shown us. And so, what's the use of Radharani? But then later on, I was, before that, thinking of Narguna. And I was like crying that, Allah, the truth about Radharani. I feel so much about love. What is love? Like no one has given me a proper answer. Like Muji Baba says that through pure awareness you will find the answer. But you know how there were misunderstandings. I don't know how I'm going to say this. It's very difficult. God help me, Durgama. So, it's very difficult to like Narguna and from some same Vishwananda, Paramhamsa Vishwananda, I read on his website that Sri Krishna doesn't say anything about his bhakta who doesn't like Radharani's name to be spoken or Radharani to be worshipped. And so even Radharani doesn't say anything. So, out of respect, or like I've been a Shia Muslim, so for me, goddesses and gods were too far away. And I even told my mother when she was at OP's shop here in Dubai. My grandfather used to go. When my grandfather would come to visit his daughter and her husband here, my mother's father, he would go to OP's shop here in Dubai. And so my mother asked OP to give her the Devi's idol was there on the showcase, on the top. What do you call it? So in the shop. So she started to ask something from the idol, Devi. So I said, Amma, please. No, don't do this and this and that. So I wasn't into idol worshipping and all that. But because my mother must have in memory of her aunt, who was still alive in Houston. Devi used to, Devi was her friend and all this, Zara aunties. So that's why, and they had gone to India because Devi asked them to go to India. And she said that I will leave Zahra if you have to do this. Go to India and 5 diyas, put 5 diyas in the Ganga Jamna river. And my mother said they were like made of sand, you know, those sand ones, the diyas, and they didn't go down. They were just up and they just went floating on the river, right? Far away until they could see it. They did not go down the 5 diyas that Devi had asked them to go to India and do this for her. And then she became friends with Zahra auntie, the aunt that who brought up my mother. So, okay, back to this witch who is after our lives. She has wanted to, I've already mentioned what she has wanted to do with us. Unbelievable things. Totally get me, perhaps in jail, mental asylum, wherever. Hit left, right, and center, inside, outside. Unbelievable. This was like Mission Impossible. And, but another thing is that here we go. I'm jumping. Hope you get it. My mother's favorite teacher in Khalid Dinner School was Hasina Moen. Hasina Moen, later on when I joined St. Joseph's College, found out that Hasina Moen was our principal, Mrs. Munira Gulzar's um student in Government College for Women, Urdu Bazaar. And all these coincidences coming up. And so Miss Dissa also was Mrs. Munira Gulzar's teacher in St. Joseph's College in 1950s when she joined 48 somewhere. She joined year 1948, 49. She somewhere there 50. She joined St. Joseph's College. And so all these coincidences, what was God telling me? And then to come out of this religion and believe in reincarnation, or was reincarnation in this religion, in my religion, Islam, Shia Islam. And the witch was could so many like openings for her to be above us, that now I could see that even Mumtaz Ali Khan, you know, and Paramhamsa Vishwananda. So masters become, and Hiryangara, what do you call it? Eggs coming out, you know, the womb, egg of Vishwananda, Paramhamsa, sorry, Vishwananda, mouth. So I felt I was in despair. Then the Quran verse, do not despair of God's mercy. So they're stopping me. There's a gesture going on. Yeah, but my aunt did tell me that in Islam, despairing. Oh my God. So, yeah, since I came up with uh, to say that Prophet Muhammad is a false prophet. Oh, this, and God knows how. I mean, can you imagine if Mumtaz Ali Khan, example, I was calling saints of Himalaya sages to help me with my health. So if I had not realized that I was Radharani, I would have been crushed. God knows how many people crushed like this with the power of these false powerful people in the world, and around the world they have their people. And if here the sheikhs would not have cooperated or ignored me or neglected this, I would have been executed in no time. Hmm. And so before even putting my foot on my father's land, you know, I would have gone. But Mrs. Munira Gulzar Fikri, so Bastaki, Sheikh Rashid were told Dubai's Amir helped the Bastakis who were being massacred in Iran by the Shia leader at that time. Political stuff going on, exploiting religion. So yeah, we were told that I was told that Iran was it was either become a Shia convert or you will be killed. So I thought they were asked to leave, but Wikipedia told me that they were being massacred. So Bastaki, me being a Shia Muslim and all these problems, the witches, people could even be in the Himalaya. Mumtaz Ali Khan, for example, if he was like, he could have just, suppose if he was like that, right? And Hasad Khan, being a Paramhamsa, Vishwananda master, he calls himself. And he does healing and all, everything through a distance. You don't have to meet him. Then all this things I cannot speak about. This is unspeakable. This witch's intelligence, satanic, Dajjalic era intelligence, mind, works. So making people not only suspect but believe that this other person is my enemy and never ever to talk to this person again. Damaging houses, friendships, family members, left, right, and center, but doing it in such a manner that if I speak, it comes like this. So I need an expert professional to speak about this. A case many, many years ago, since the inception of Pakistan, Muslims against Muslims. Like, the Kashmiri Muslims, Punjabis would not want Sindhis to come up like that. But what they have done, I find it difficult. So my case would have been terribly impossible, and unless, my English deteriorating, like, oh, I cannot say like what. You can listen to my English here, and lots of things deteriorating. So they could have given me mouth ulcers or cancer. I would have stopped speaking. This woman this witch is one of a kind. However, okay, she's got my father's whole family against, like, they wouldn't bother to really go out of their way to, not even if it was in their way to help us. So, and my father would say, no, no, there's no sheikh that can help and all that. Or, something might happen and I would have a fight with my father and stop talking to him. So, in this kind of a condition, situation, uh, people reaching out to help to mend what my own community could not come. You know what I mean? How they've made it impossible to mend something that's broken. They've shattered it and then they want to crush it with their under their feet. Like it is not enough. For example, I'm just giving an example that they've cracked the people they don't like, or out of jealousy, envy, prejudice, and then they want to simply crush them and burn the, they make it ashes and have no this thing of no evidence that we ever existed. But that the lady in London said that they enjoy the reason why this witch is not killing you. I said, why doesn't she just kill us? Is because she wants to keep you in misery. This witch, she or he, wants you to be in misery, so they could see, कि हमारी जिल्लत है, people are looking down upon us. We are rotting. I can see myself rotting, ugly, like, someone's thrown ulcer. Sorry, that, what is it, that poison, toxic thing on my face. Oh my God, I'm following that Facebook group. What do you call it? Acid. See, it takes time for me. Words don't come. Like someone has abducted my guardian angel, my instincts. Oh, with practice, I just got worse. People get better with practicing things, but my energy, they know where to hit you, So if you say practice makes perfect, I would be gone case. Anyhow, so Mirabai's and Mrs. Munira Gulzar, I thought I didn't use Mrs. Munira Gulzar for this, but God wants to protect me. God is determined to save me. And I turned out to be Radharani. And so it's I was telling people, go to Muji Baba, this Nargona. I mean, this is amazing, amazing stuff. No, nothing like it. Nowhere, he himself says, nowhere in the kingdom of human beings is this the way it is shown and proved in yourself. So if you want freedom, if you really want freedom, go to Mujiba. Then came my case, like, but, like how even Islam and even the Hindu gurus, they first ask protection for the disciple, guru and disciple. We're not supposed to exploit people who are still not fully aware in their true nature, aware of their true nature. So we need protection, and being Radha Rani, it hurts me. And then on top is this psychic energy, playing evil energy. Players with have put in a lot, in this to destroy us, damage houses. They find pleasure. They don't want to kill us. They want us alive until, some sheikh says, put her, I mean, what is this? They would have um, departed me, deported me to another, if I was not from Sharjah, UAE, Emirati, or they would have put me in jail. But Bastaki, Mrs. Munira Gulzar being Bastaki, and I know that she's got some family here. Her sister was here, and that the UAE are very good with the Bastakis, and they are very good relations, close ones with the Sheikh also. Her nephew has. God protect him. I don't want to keep taking his name to remind my enemies. They might. So there's not only one. There are many Bastakis in UAE, and now it is spread. So God is determined to save me. And when I was unwilling, I said, what's the use proving that I was some goddess, loved, revered by India so much that they haven't forgotten me? I so still a little bit, ego may come up. But why should I be scared? Because there are gurus on the stages. I should claim my right, or whatever it, what right? No, for the people, something good, justice. Imam Ali's definition has reluctantly, but Imam Ali has come out that put things in their order. That is justice, doing justice. Also, one of the definitions of justice is putting things in their order, proper places. Yeah, and so I have to do this. And can you imagine what this witch could have done in Nawaz Sharif having companies? They're very rich, and I do suspect Mutahar Usmani. They took my aunt and got it. You see how they got my aunt? Because her foot was like this, and so they choose their people, and then to give her a good husband, we will give you a gem of a person. This is what her jinn said through her. Once she was possessed in my room many times, but when one of those times when she was possessed, and so things like that. I mean, I can go on if any questions are there. So the thing is that I can answer relating to my case. And this is haphazard. I'm really sorry because it has been very heartbreaking, heart wrenching. Yeah, excuse me. Uh, I don't want to think about it when I am doing this. So I will not have the heart to speak. God is giving me strength. The people I've lost who were trampled upon, justice, and it is very dear to my heart and soul. And I just, and so I'm not going to bring out my weakness. They're watching me and they're controlling me. And so, what I really would like to see is that every human being live up to their divine potential, and no one should obstruct. But if there are these obstructions by other human beings, then action must be taken as immediately as possible. And so, this witch in Dubai, Bastakis would, when if they find out that I was one of them in my past life, if they found out the truth as I know it, then they would be helping me in Dubai. And His Highness Sheikh Muhammad will not come after me. Uh, you know what I mean? Because um, the thing is that we love justice. And I don't know what His Highness also, he's helping me. He would help me because they really appreciate the sheikhs. Once they find out, they're true friends. Like we say in Urdu, doston ke dost and dushman ke dushman hai. Like that. But I feel the Arabs, doston ke dost. So they would go out of their way to help me. Once an Arab calls you sister, then they will go out of their way to help. Once they find out that your intentions are clean, you really truly are sincere, they really appreciate this, the sheikhs. And once they make someone friends, they're like pathans in a way, in this way. Uh, and they will never leave you. They will be like, come, come. Like my father had a Zai uncle from the UAE consulate in Karachi. So when they like you, they really give everything of theirs. They share and they are very good. They will go out of their way to help out. So this is about my Arabs I've known. So this Pakistani witch now, if even her ISI are operating from India, Mauritius, England, how far she has taken her people, political, military, army, you name it, educational, like I said, educational ministers, Pakistan's president, Ziaul Haq, the dictator. Okay, some of our people might try to burn a building here and there. Risking all this, I had to. In Dubai, UAE, Sharjah. That's why I took out for some time my originally where I'm from, my passport issued in Sharjah. So rightfully, my great grandfather came in my dream once. That don't worry, we are with you. Don't be afraid. Sorry, don't be afraid. We are with you. He's originally from Sharjah, so he used to sell lantern oil in Sharjah, and so this Pakistani, they even got their people to become now show that they are Hindu masters and gurus, and writing books and going on stage and all this. So I've had to risk, oh my God, I wonder what they would have done in London, England, and America. And oh, I really, my blood is boiling. Already, my blood is, if you cut me, there's a saying in Urdu, if you cut me, blood will not come out. So for now, I think maybe, Ishi, this witch would have gone very, very far had not someone stopped her and trapped her and shown me through Mumtaz Ali Khan that where this witch wanted to go, wanted her people to be. It was just a show here in Dubai, Mumtaz Ali Khan, and what lies, what extent this witch's people would have taken against me. Can you believe this? Because as I am saying this, still it is, I cannot fully comprehend what I'm saying. I'm in a shock. So, reluctant Radharani, Mirabai came out. Mrs. Munira Gulzar is Mirabai. Because yes, Devi helped me, Zara Auntie's Devi. Yes, I was feeling like I didn't exist. that my body was not there when I hugged the principal. Mirabai, because I know Krishna, I know the Hindus have told me, revealed this a long time ago. So, Art of Living song, bhajan, or what's it called? Sorry, I'm still not familiar, but my enemy is. Knows kirtans and all, singing them. So now they may go against their own, they switch. Kashmiri, Punjabi, if they knew, or maybe not. I don't know whether I should complete the sentence or reach a conclusion like this. So, Art of Living, oh Radhe, I sent a message to Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji saying that I'm getting this feeling for some time now and signs of God that I'm Radha Rani. So I know for sure that Mirabai is Mrs. Munira Gulzar and that Mirabai story is true. Thank you, India, Hindus, how they see that, I was floating. First, I didn't feel myself. I only felt, if there was nothing to feel, how can you describe this? Perhaps my body just merged with Mrs. Munira Gulzar. I don't know how to describe this feeling when she embraced me. And on the roof, I was calling out to Bibi Mariam because I wanted Bibi Mariam from the onset to guide and love me through Mrs. Munira Gulzar and put her arm around me through Mrs. Munira Gulzar, which happened the next day. My prayer miracle, it was for me a miracle. After having separated from Mr. Sa and endlessly Mr. Sa not coming back and all that, the way they severed me from Mr. Sa. So for me, a prayer answered the next day or the same day, the night before I was calling out to Bibi Mariam. It was a miracle. So can you believe this? Like, crush me and trample and completely from all sides have people go against me. It's like after Karbala, Bibi Zainab and Kulsum. And so I don't think I can. Bibi Sukaina. They called El Bed Baghi, heretics and gone, deviated, infidels, lost cases. So yes, in this, the Nargona people, Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji was also explaining, cannot understand the Sarguna worshippers, religious, of idols and attributes of God. So it was like, how will I ever explain now about what Radha Rani is? And although to here where I am, where they want to finally crush me completely under their feet, like so I will not, my people will not have a voice. Khoja Sindhis, Pakistani origin, Iran, no, Irani origin Pakistanis, uh, Balochis, how they made Balochis look terrorists. Really, they were telling, and Balochis are not terrorists. The terrorists are this Pakistani army nowadays and the ISI. Some people, this witches, group of people, they are the terrorists, real terrorists. I will come back. This time, God, I hope so. uh, excuse me. Yeah, so sorry, yeah. Back to how will I, what's Radharani and why does she matter? And it's true what Paramhamsa Vishwananda said, because I tested myself. I would have never been the first person. I would have been not even the last person to say that, I would have respected Sri Krishna's. Even like in Hinduism, there's this, what do you call it? It's like Narguna, like worship only Krishna. And this Bhakta, he was very angry. And so the Radharani would respect that. And so would Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna could not say anything to this Bhakta of his, who was against Radharani, worshipping Krishna through Radharani and all this. This is the way I'm saying it. And so, I don't know. And now Moji Baba completely. So it's very easy for those, they must be rejoicing, the ones, but they don't, no, no, but the religious Muslims who shirk against Shia Islam, why say Ya Ali Madad? And, like what's to see? How beautiful is it to go through? Who don't even believe that Rasulullah, they say, just came to give us the message now. Then they do get awestruck at times by Rasulullah, but I don't know what their thing is. It's very like, like Durud Sharif, they, they are very this orthodox Sunni type. Or no, even the orthodox Sunnis, they believe that Rasulullah is the wasila. He will intercede for them in the hereafter on Judgment Day. So, but here in this life, they say don't use them as the wasila. Like on Judgment Day or something, I don't understand. So I thought they will be rejoicing that, yeah, Muji Baba said Narguna. And so, Sarguna, what about the Zikr Allah then? Of course, like they would want to get close to God through the attributes of God. But Muji Baba has called this dating with God. But if I'm not mistaken, like he was telling this lady, you are still dating. Like he was telling, like I felt he was telling my someone I've known. Like we go to Imam Hussein's Azadare, we're still dating with the attributes and all that. Now he's just blown away this everything. Even the Muslim worship is blown away. Of course, he says you can be a good Muslim, you can practice your Islam, you can be a true Muslim. You be a Muslim, be a good other religion, you follow your religion, but he's just giving us this freedom thing that we have missed out on, that the guides who came could not explain to us, could not show us properly, or we misunderstood it, or whatever it was, that we missed out on this greatest thing for human beings, greatest freedom. But people are still having a hard time uh, deconditioning. The false selves should, if they're sincere, it becomes easier for them. But many have been conditioned for ages, and much karma is there, perhaps past life. But now Moji Baba says in front of him, because he must be the Buddha, because the grace of the timeless one. He says, I'm the timeless one and you are no less. So I don't know who Muji, but he's the timeless one. And by Muji Baba's grace, this has come. I mean, if you truly stand in front of him, truly search for it, humble. See, there are some people who are humble, and yet there are some people who are ignorant, arrogant, and they need to be more humbled. But there are people who stand there and they are humble. So these kind of things, and the Sarguna would say that using Radha Rani's name, it is there's a mystery in this Sarguna. But I would say, why would you want to date with Radha Rani's name? Just become free. However, I'm going through my Radha Rani. God sent me to Munira, Mrs. Munira Gulzar, and all the, so many coincidences, so many signs, so many miracles. So it was like I was loving life, enjoying it. And it was a celebration for me in college. 4 years with Mrs. Munira Gulzar. Although they could have, she could have resigned. Retired on 6th of April after 2 years. So just as I did my intermediate, then I would not have been able to do BA part 1 or part 2 without her. She would have retired. But God gave her 2 more years. And even the enemy couldn't do anything about that. The government changed just as my final year. We were just winding up, like, last few months. So there, her reinstatement automatically got cancelled, like it was lost. So the thing is that how the enemy in, like, they were in heads of university departments, Karachi University, and ministers, educational ministers, and all, who changed the system once I joined St. Joseph's College, and put an age limit there for sports girls participation. They could do all this, but they could not get Mrs. Munira Gulzar out of St. Joseph's College, nor could they get me out of St. Joseph's College, even through my health. As much as they wanted my health to be spoiled, um, I did it. God is determined. So I did my 4 years, and I got my degree, BA degree, from St. Joseph's College, where Miss Asteria Desa was the teacher. Dr. Farooq C. Ahmed, it will hit her so badly. And Dr. Zeenat from Dr. Farooq C. Ahmed's Chamchi. Thank you. I will continue this later.